Alabama's 2026 team preview. What are we thinking when it comes to Alabama football? What are the biggest questions? What are the biggest takeaways? Well, for me, Alabama football in 2026 is a big question mark. Big question mark. I'm not sure what to make of them. I'm not sure what to expect. But when you look at Alabama, my biggest question is, does Alabama take a step forward under Kalen DeBoer? Like, is this finally time where they take the step forward and really do something? Like, can Bama compete for a title? And I'm not talking an SEC title because they did that last year. I'm talking a national title. Can they get back to that level? That's my biggest question. If you can do that with your Alabama, I am full confidence in Alabama again. Started to lose a little bit of confidence in Kalen DeBoer in Alabama. When Kalen DeBoer first arrived at Alabama, I was probably the biggest Alabama, optimism in terms of Kalen DeBoer's future there. I was a big Kalen DeBoer guy, and I still am. Like, I'm still a huge Kalen DeBoer guy in my soul. Like, I'm always going to have a love for Kalen DeBoer, especially the kind of offense. I loved watching his offense at Washington. I like watching his Alabama offenses with Jalen Milroe. But, man, they got to take a step forward. And the biggest question, I guess you could say, offensively would be Keelan Russell or Austin Mack. Who's winning the job? Is it Keelan Russell? Is it Austin Mack? Keelan Russell looks to be the favorite in my eyes, in most other people's eyes. And the reason is because he's a former elite recruit, number one. He's great upside. I mean, this guy's got a lot of potential. He's got great arm talent. You see this guy throw the football, you're just like, wow, that's incredible. And he's probably the more exciting quarterback as opposed to Austin Mack. So Alabama fans probably would get more excited about Keelan Russell if he got named the starter than Austin Mack. The question is, can he be the next big Bama QB? He's got that potential. 100% has that potential. But whoever they pick to win this, quarterback job, and whoever goes out and takes the quarterback job, it's not who they pick, it's who wins it. That's kind of going to determine this Alabama season for me. So a lot of pressure is on Keelan Russell or Austin Mack, depending on who wins that job, just because of the needed success for Alabama in 2026. But as for that job, I'm a high Keelan Russell fan. Next is wide receiver room. You look at Ryan Williams, and Ryan Williams is a playmaker, man. Ryan Williams needs to go back to being a top 5 wide receiver in college football. Like, we need to stop this playing around, this can't catch the football, this can't get him the football talk. Like, we need to go back to when Ryan Williams was one of the best receivers in college football. That, back in 2024, I believe it was, Ryan Williams' freshman year. We need to go back to that. Those Georgia games, those Tennessee games, we need to go back to that Ryan Williams. That's what we need from him. Ja'Corian Brooks is also another wide receiver I think will really step up in 2026. He's also a playmaker. So the wide receiver room looks good. Looks solid. We're good there. Check mark. What about the offensive line? Because the offensive line's doing a full offensive line reload. And they're replacing almost every offensive lineman, which is kind of needed. But, man, that's the biggest question, I think, other than the quarterback spot, is this offensive line. What do we get from these offensive line? And that also affects then what happens to the running back room. What do we get from the running back room? So you look at all these questions and all these different concerns and these. I think it all just comes back to the offensive line, because if the offensive line doesn't work, then the quarterback doesn't work. Like, we won't be able to throw the ball, won't be able to quarterback run the ball. The running back won't work. The running back room will not work. You won't be able to run the ball. You won't be able to get the running back out of the backfield. It's not going to work. The passing game won't work because you can't keep the quarterback upright. The entire offense is built around offensive line. So we need that to work for Alabama to have sustained success in 2026 and beyond. It has to have a consistent offensive line. That's one of the biggest things I think I have for this Alabama offense in terms of questions. Their DB room looks elite. Can't take anything away from their defensive back room. Bray Hubbard and Keon Sabb are two guys that are going to be phenomenal. And I mean phenomenal. These two guys are going to roll the backfield and just be bullies, man, in the backfield. Like, Keon Sabb and Bray Hubbard, they're going to be bullies back there. They're going to be ball hawks, picking off balls left and right. Like, this duo of DBs is going to be phenomenal. Zero questions there. They did lose some veterans on defense, but as a defensive whole and overviewing this defense, they look really good. This defense looks really good. So that's Alabama's team overview and coaching overview. What about their roster? Or what about their schedule? Sorry. What about Alabama's schedule? Well, when we look at their schedule, they have some tough games, that's for sure. They have some tough games. They start off versus East Carolina. I think that's going to pick up a win. They got to go to Kentucky. They got Florida State at home. That is not a layup, by the way. Not a layup. Saw that last year. They got South Carolina at home and at Miss State. If you can get out of there 5-0, we're looking pretty. They got Georgia at Tennessee versus A&M at LSU. 4 games in a row. If you can get out of there with 2 wins, 2 losses, and then you go at Vanderbilt versus Chattanooga versus Auburn and finish the year 10-2, that gives you a playoff position. That puts you at most likely that 8 or 9 spot, similar to last year, but that gives you a chance to win a playoff game. It gives you a chance to go to Oklahoma, or go to a team like Oklahoma, or go to a LSU or a USC or a Michigan and get a win, move on to the second round. Yes, you're going to play most likely the number 1 seed, but if you can win that game, if you can win 2 playoff games instead of 1, that's a win. That's a win for Kalen DeBoer. Even if you win 1, I still think that Kalen DeBoer is safe. So Alabama's schedule is tough, but other than that 4-game stretch, they look okay. And I'm pretty sure there's a bye week in between there. There's a bye week in between A&M and LSU. So they get 3 tough games in a row, but then they get a bye week, so they should be okay. So that's Alabama's team preview. It's Alabama as a whole. I think they're going to be okay. I think that they're going to survive if that offensive line works. If that offensive line works, Bama's going to survive, and Bama's going to be all right. So that is Alabama's team preview heading into 2026. Comment below what you think Alabama's going to do. Comment below what your predictions for Alabama are. So that's my Alabama 2026 team preview.